Life is not that difficult for you to hold too much grudge. It doesn't pay. Every one of us needs people in our corner. That's the truth. Hey guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Welcome back. Hey guys, welcome back. My name is Adaku. I'm a Port Harcourt YouTuber and I'm based here in Nigeria. I'm super excited today because of the topic I want to talk about. Guys, if you're a new subscriber, welcome. Thank you so much for subscribing, and I hope you love this little community of mine. Yeah, and if you're an OG always coming back to watch my videos, I'm grateful, and I say thank you so much for all your love, because I see it, like I see them. Thank you so much, and I don't take them for granted. But if you're always watching my videos and you're not subscribed, why? Why? What are you waiting for? Please, I'll wait for you for a few seconds. Have you subscribed? Have you? Oh yeah, hit the subscribe button. And thank you so much for always watching. I love you guys. So guys, like the caption of today's video said, we're talking about friendship. We're talking about female friendships. Good. Guys, this is one topic that I've been meaning to talk about, and I'm not sure how to go about it. But today I just took the bull by the horn and I'm here to talk about it. First of all, most of the things I'll be saying here are based off of my personal experiences. I am not a counselor, I am not a spiritual leader, I am not any of those things, a teacher, but everything I'm going to point out here are based on my personal experiences. So you can take it with a pinch of salt. And I hope you learn one or two things here. Yeah. Without further ado, let's head straight into today's video. I'm talking about how to navigate female friendships. Like guys, you guys know, we all know that female friendships are difficult to keep. I don't know why. For me as an individual, I think I prefer to keep friendship with the opposite gender because it's easy, they are easygoing, they are forgiving. Like you don't have to stress too much to, let for them. If you have issues with them, like you don't have to stress too much. You don't have to, come and do boxing before they let go, or before they forgive you, or before they, come back and say, okay, we're done. Let's settle this thing once and for all. They are free to say their mind and how they feel every point in time, so it's easy to deal with them. And that's why I think majority of you, I know I'm not the only one, a lot of us are on the same table. Majority of us that in this WhatsApp group prefer the male, being friends with the opposite sex compared to being friends with the same gender and all that. But here are a few tips I want to drop that will help you navigate, keep and sustain female friendships. Number one on that list, guys, will be community. Have it in the back of your mind that your female friends are like your community. They're your go-to. They are people you know how girls can be, you know how women can be. Like for instance, I for one like to talk about virtually everything. I'm a very chatty person. I'm the type that likes to, if I have any issue, I like to share with my friends. I like to share with my siblings, like my mom and all that, just to get it off my chest and get life going. Because guys, last if you carry this word for head like this, if it kill you joy. So I'm the type that is very chatty, and if you come to realize that your female friends are like your community, are a safe place, are people you can run to in terms of needs and all that. I've had people say, no, I know they keep friends, so I know they keep female friends, I know they keep friends, I don't want friends, I don't want trouble. We understand it, but you're forgetting something, that no man is an island. You cannot do everything by yourself, irrespective of how much you try. Your knowledge has a limit to where it can take you. You need people to survive. You need other shoulders to lean on. So when you come to this realization, it makes it easy for you to let go of some things. For instance, a couple or married people, or people who are in a relationship that are almost leading to marriage, they cannot bail on each other just because of one trivial thing. So when you come to realize that your friends are like community where see, we die here and all that, except where the person hurts you. I did not say you should stay in that friendship until you die put inside. That's not what I'm saying. But what I'm saying in essence is that if you come to the realization that your friends are like your community, that no matter what they do, you find a way to sort it out and all that, just make it a habit of not bailing on them. So it doesn't even make sense to have a female friendship or female bestie, and the next thing the person has offended you, you're just we're done, I no fit do again, it's not my business. If you're married, you can't bail on your husband like that. You can't bail on your wife like that. So if you come to realize that if this person is my husband or my wife and this person has wronged me, what am I supposed to do? Is to find a way to sort it out and forgive and let go and move on with life. Because definitely in friendship there must be problems, there must be misunderstanding. When you come to that realization, you will have an open mind and enjoy the little community of friends you have. So having at the back of your mind that a friendship or a relationship you're into with your fellow female is a community of people you can go to at any time, is a community of people that you can say, oh, I'm happy that this person is in my corner and all that. Every one of us needs people in our corner. That's the truth. So if you have that mindset that these people are my little community who I will always run to, who will always be there for me, then I don't think that it will be that difficult to sustain that relationship. Yeah. So this brings me to the second thing I want to talk about, which is what? Being intentional. Guys, you know how it is with boyfriend and girlfriend, where the guy is making effort, putting in the best just to sustain the relationship with the girl, and you as the girl, you go out of your way, just to keep that relationship with your boyfriend, with your husband, with your spouse, with anybody it is. The same effort that should be put into female friendships. I've seen people who are just so careless with friendships, who it's not their business. Anyhow, they just do what they need to do and they move on with their lives. It just doesn't make sense. If you're intentional about your friendship, it will help you realize when the other person or other group of friends you have, female friends, are not in tune with you. It will also help you sustain that relationship when things are looking like it's not going to work out. I feel number 2 is even very important. It's very key, because it is only when you're intentional about someone that you will care about the person, that you will even be mindful of what happens to the person. If you will be mindful of who wronged the person, what exactly is going on in the life of that person. So being intentional with our relationship as females will help us navigate our relationship enough to sustain it for a longer time. Most times the thing is, female friendships are easy to break. Female friendships, they are really very difficult to sustain, but when you're intentional about it, it will help you sustain it. The next thing I want to talk about is communication. Hey guys, communication is very important. Let me cite an example. I have this friend of mine that I remember way back 2019, 2020, I was going through a difficult time in my life at that time, and she will always call me for a certain information. Every time she calls, she's my bestie. She might even see this video and she knows what I'm talking about. She will call me, and every time she calls me, because we stay in different states, it was a bit difficult, but we just make our time to call each other. But at the point, she noticed that I wasn't even calling her. She was always the one calling me. Why? Because every freaking time she calls me, she talks about one particular thing. At that time, I wasn't in the best frame of mind for that topic she was talking about, because I was going through a difficult phase in my life and she wasn't aware of this, and she will not even give me room to explain myself. All I needed was just a shoulder to tell me, see girl, it's gonna be good, it's gonna be all right, you'll be fine, you will make it out of this. That was just what I needed. And she will call me, she's talking about the one we consigned her, she didn't even receive me and other. So before you know it, the thing dragged for a while, and every time I look at my phone and I see her call, I take a deep breath first and then I take the call. She always puts me at the edge. Her calls always make me feel a certain way. And she's my bestie. I didn't know what to do. After a while, whenever I see her call, I will, look for an excuse to avoid the call or look for something else, like tell one story or the other, just so I don't take that call. And before you know it, the thing started bridging this huge gap between us. I no longer go to her for anything serious. I no longer talk to her about anything and all that. This continued for months and months. I was even lingering into a year or so. Then suddenly she stopped calling, because obviously she would call me and the reception was not what she expected, so she stopped calling. I remember after like a year or so down the line, a friend of ours, a mutual friend of ours, called me for something and we're discussing it, and then the discussion came up. What did I do? I just explained to her that this is what I'm going through. Our friend will call me and she's always talking about this. She doesn't care about this and that. I explained to the mutual friend and she was like, oh, nobody knew you were going through this. And I'm sure my friend did not know you were going through this. So she didn't do it from a bad place. So she would advise me to call her and explain to her. She also noticed that this had bridged the gap between us, which isn't a good thing. So that I should call her and explain to her. So I called her. She was sounding very grumpy. So I was like, okay, how are you, after pleasantries and all that? I started explaining to her, this is where I am at this time of my life. This is where I was when you were calling me and making those demands and all that. I could not meet up with your demands because at that time in my life that was not what I wanted, but that was what you wanted for me. So we had that conversation and she was like, you would have let me know. I didn't know you were going through this. I didn't know you were going through that, and I'm sorry that things are like this. Things has deteriorated up to this level. I'm really sorry. It was never intentional. I was looking out for you from a place of love, which is true. She was looking out for me from a place of love, but she never knew that all she was doing was hurting me. They were hurting me. They were not what I needed at that time. So it was coming out like a negative energy instead of a positive energy. So we spoke about it, we reconciled, and life moved on. And today we're still friends, we're still besties. Guys, communication in relationship, especially female relationship, is important. You need to learn to always communicate how you feel. You need to learn to always be vocal with your feelings. Some of us are in relationships where we don't see how we feel because somehow we don't want the other person to feel offended. That's not good. And then some of us are in a relationship where two females that are supposed to be friends, one feels more superior than the other. And because that one feels more superior than the other, or the both of them, one of them feels way like she doesn't feel like she's up to standard with the other person. So everything this one dishes out to her, she takes it. And because of that, she's not vocal with her feelings. She doesn't know how to express herself, and she's dying in silence. See, guys, the way you address your relationship with your sibling, with your spouse, with your boyfriend, with your husband, the same way you should be able to address your relationship with your female friends. It doesn't kill, it doesn't hurt. You can only say how you feel, but say it in a polite manner, say it in a presentable and civil manner, and find a way to put it out there, and you'll feel better, and everybody will know where they are and make amends. That's one thing I really love about my own community of friends, because guys, anybody will wrong me, I will tell you straight up. That's my person. And I think I know my friends are like that. So I have a lot of them. When the business starts, we all say our minds and apologize, and then we move on from there. You get, life is not that difficult for you to hold so much grudge. It doesn't pay. It doesn't pay anybody. So that brings me to the next topic, which is number 4 on the list. And number 4 is nothing other than do away with pride. So don't let pride deprive you of good people. I've seen people who lost good relationships. Why? Because their partner, their friend wronged them, and because of that they held on to that and never cared about the good times, the good memories. They just held on to that hurt. Before you know it, the relationship went down the drain. When your friend is communicating to you that, oh, this is how I feel, this is what is going on with me, please have an open mind. not just having an open mind. Be willing to not let pride cloud your judgment. Every time a friend addresses an issue with you, or how you spoke to them, or how you behave, and all that, please be willing. When I mean be willing to, do not let pride cloud your judgment. Or you have a misunderstanding with your friend. Women, I don't think anybody keep malice more than us in this earth. Nobody on earth keeps malice more than the women. Hey, you see my gender? Fear them. Fear them. They do the most. They do the worst. Correct. Our pride, it be like 45 feet container. Let me just use that one. It be like 911 drum. Our pride. So guys, if you can learn to not let pride come in between your friendship with your besties, guys, you will have a beautiful relationship. If you learn to be, willing to just listen, bring in humility, be humble enough to listen when things are being addressed with you, it will really help sustain your relationship. So that's one thing I want to talk about. And the next thing on my list, which should be the final thing, is forgiveness, guys. Forgiveness is key, is very important, no matter how we see it. I've had issues with friends and I found it very difficult. I know this is the most difficult part, and that's why I'm bringing it, that's why I'm using it to summarize this video. Forgiveness is difficult. I won't lie to you. Forgiveness, it is difficult. And that's why as Christians, anything you cannot do on your own, anything man cannot help you do, you've looked at your inner mind and you discover that I cannot do this on my own. The best person to take you to is who? God. So when you look at yourself and you discover that, see, this person really did hurt me and I cannot forgive, do you know what I would advise? Go to God. God has a way of doing it. I've been in that situation. I've been in this kind of situation where I found it difficult to forgive a person just because the person really did hurt me. What did I do? I prayed over it. I just said, that's why we have the Holy Spirit. I just say, Holy Spirit, please do what you need to do. Help me to forgive this person. Teach me how to forgive this person. Teach me what to say. Teach me how to go about it. And when I pray that prayer, it will not happen immediately. I promise you, it will not happen. It will not happen immediately. But immediately I prayed that prayer, first off, I felt it's like a sign of relief. And before you know it, gradually, how the hurt went away, I don't know. I can't explain it, but it did happen. So sustaining female friendships, guys, you will be offended though. They go wrong you plenty. They will make you rethink if they are worthy of being in that relationship, or if they are worthy of being called your friends. But the moment they do that one, where they break heart, or where they don't serve you breakfast, and you know this person is worth fighting for, because there are people who are worth fighting for. You come, you think about it, and you know this relationship is worth keeping. Guys, I urge you to ask God to help give you a heart of forgiveness so that you can be able to reconcile with your friend and then move on with life. Yeah, forgiveness is key. Letting pride go is important. Communication is super important in sustaining female friendships. And above all, having it at the back of your mind that this life, you cannot do it alone. We all need people to be able to sustain us on this journey called life. When you have that at the back of your mind, it will help you, rethink a lot of things. It will help you have an open mind. It will also help you, gain clarity to know that people are bound to wrong you, and your ability to learn, your ability to talk it over, your ability to forgive and then move on is the only thing that can sustain your relationship. So when you have this at the back of your mind, it will help you build a sustainable friendship with your besties. And I hope this was very helpful, guys. I don't know, please let me know in the comment section what you think, if this video was helpful. So please hit the subscribe button, hit the like button. Let's build this community, and I'll see you guys in my next video. I love you guys. Thank you so much. Thank you for watching.